do you remember being the first things musical for you as a baby?
Okay.
I remember forcing you to sing Part of Your World from Little Mermaid. Sorry, I'm not close to the mic.
Constantly.
And Silver Bells.
Yes. You loved Silver Bells.
Still love it. Still my favorite Christmas song.
Silent Night was another one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I think I was like okay with those because they were short and sweet.
Yeah.
I could, and sometimes you were like, again. So the repetition would make it okay. But there would be like, you start out the first time like, Silent Night. And by the fourth time, you're like, Silent Night, Holy Night, go to bed, little baby, love you.
But it didn't feel like that.
It didn't. You were like, oh my God, encore, yay! But I think
version.
Your absolute favorite had to be Part of Your World.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, hey, I am a musical girl at heart.
Isn't Jodie Benson going to be at
Oh my God, literally
an upcoming con or something?
So we have been looking into GalaxyCon lately. Sorry, I need to be facing the microphone.
This is what we call a sidebar.
Yeah, sidebar. I was looking into GalaxyCon and looking at all the people that'll be there, and there are obvious ones that I was excited about, like a member of the cast of Ted Lasso. That was a hiccup. So excited. But then I was looking at the voice actors, and Jodie Benson, who is original Little Mermaid, mind you, will be there. And I was like, okay, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours.
It definitely sparks some interest for the household. Well, I don't know about my husband, but definitely for she and I.
Well, other things sparked his interest.
That's
I think.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. It is GalaxyCon. And that's GalaxyCon coming up July 25th through the 28th in Raleigh. I think that The Little Mermaid offers an interesting discussion for us because I went with my friend Susie maybe to see that movie with her nieces. I can't even remember, but I feel like it was a theatrical situation. At any rate, we were like, what a great movie. What a great soundtrack. What an incredible song. Theater people can't help themselves. They memorize, they must perform. So I remember going down Franklin Street, maybe under the influence of something, and walking on the knee wall, the stone knee wall that is in front of Graham Memorial along Franklin Street in Chapel Hill, and singing in a performance/serenade fashion with and to Susie as she sang it right back to me, and we performed that song, and it was wonderful, and the people walking with us and maybe some passersby dug it, and it's just occurring to me now, I had an audition for Lab Theater, which was located in Graham Memorial, and it one of the plays was a musical, and the director was like, do you have a music selection that you can sing? And I'm like, I just saw The Little Mermaid recently. I can do a Part of Your World for you. And I did, and I was cast in the play, even though I didn't accept the role.
Wow. She said, I'm too good for this, actually.
Not true. Not true. Whatever your name was that directed that play. I was already in 2 other shows at the time. I was very wanted. But you also have some tie-in with just bandying that song about, not
Oh,
even
yeah.
in a like, oh, I'm a 12-year-old kid who loves this song anymore.
I mean, it's definitely been an audition song or two for me. But also, like, I also have serenaded my friends randomly with that song.
We serenaded a group of our own
We
friends.
did.
Aw, at a big old Christmas party.
Yes.
And this was like a few years ago, so we were
Yes.
both grown-ass
We were
women.
both grown women.
And it was a lot of fun.
It was so much
That's all
fun.
I'll say about it.
Yeah. And we got a round of applause.
You're never too
And
old
there
to
were
be a kid.
harmonies. Don't worry.
And seeing, you know, here we are in this crazy time now where we've seen two different, performers that have, or black young performers that have done the role of Ariel.
Only one black.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I am thinking that there is another rendition out there where Queen Latifah plays Ursula. That's what it was.
I have not seen that.
Yes, maybe it's a play instead of a film, but it's, you know, the things always get all shook up whenever someone a little bit pigmented takes on a role that wasn't previously theirs.
Although I do think you are slightly correct, because we went to see The Little Mermaid at DPAC in the Broadway South thing.
Do it, people.
So good. And that Little Mermaid was black.
That Little Mermaid was black.
That Little
Come on now. So obviously we love The Little Mermaid. It was impactful for her childhood, for my stunted, delayed, arrested development. And it has been something that is a family bond, a family
band.
One of the songs that band us together, indeed. So I love that that's special to both of us.
Yeah.
So that's kind of neat. And it was interesting because that party that I mentioned where we sang it to a bunch of people who might have also been under the influence of things.
They were.
A grown-ass man came up and was like, it's totally one of my favorite songs. I love it. How did you know? How did you know? Oh, mama knows. Mama knows. Singing intermission.
This is part of your world? Take something. Maybe he's right. Maybe there's something the matter with me. I just don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be bad. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything?
Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here, you think,
Sure.
she's got everything.
I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty.
I've got who's its and what's its galore.
You want thingamabobs?
I've got 20.
But who cares?
No big deal.
I want more. I want to be where the people are.
I wanna see
them dancing.
walking around on those,
What do you call them?
feet.
Flipping your fins, you don't get too far.
Legs are required for jumping, dancing.
Strolling along down a... What's that word again?
Street.
Up where they walk, up where they run,
Up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world.
What would I give if I could live out of these waters?
What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand? Bet your on land. They understand
that they don't reprimand their daughters,
bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand, and ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers.
What's a fire and why does it?
What's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I
love to explore that shore above?
Out of the sea.
Wish I could be
part of that But you had early arrival days at school where they would put on music in the gym. Tell us about that stuff.
Mostly it was like Britney Spears and like things that you shouldn't maybe play.
Tell the story, Jasmine. Tell the story.
Honestly, it was a lot of things. It was like, wow. Like, looking back, why are you playing that at an early arrival or an after school? Like,
Wait,
okay.
we have to preface. Now, this girl had, by age 2, taught herself how to whistle. She could whistle, like, well. Not, accidentally tripped upon it, but intentionally along with the music. She could also self-burp. She was very talented. I knew she had a future. And
just in burping, nothing else.
Well, some kind of voice work, maybe. But she was singing one day, and I was like, oh, let me tune in and really try and understand and pick up what she's singing. But I didn't recognize it. It was a button cannon eye and a button cannon eye. So I thought maybe she's just making up her own lyrics. Go, girl! And then one day, on the radio, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Becky, look at her butt. And my daughter proceeds to be like, oh, it's my jam!
Still my jam.
And she comes in, I like a button cannon. So I knew, like, oh man, we have now left Beethoven and Sir Mix-a-Lot is in the mix because we have a full expanded catalog of music that this child is listening to at this young age.
This is what I mean when I say I listen to everything. Mm-hmm. I will have Beethoven and Sir Mix-a-Lot on a playlist, and you can't bat an eye because I warned you.
This was your final concert.
Yes,
your absolute favorite.
This is my favorite program. I love the drawing that's on it. But at the end of this concert, we each got roses. We got given the roses by someone that we chose. I chose a friend that was in like church plays with me and stuff like that.
Wait, not these church plays. What?
Yes, in fact, those church plays.
Now, here was my favorite part about this. This was the church of a coworker that I had. And in fact, this is her son's signature. He autographed it for me.
As he should.
We did not go to church. We're just not really church people. And they really loved her singing so much that she ended up performing in plays and doing some kind of solo that somebody last minute dropped out of, and Jaz picked it up. Like 5-6-year-old Jaz was like, okay, in front of this church congregation. They're like, an angel,
Yeah.
But it was just kind of interesting that it's like, we're just drawn. I was in one of those plays. My God.
You were in David and Goliath.
And it was just, you know what? They were some pretty good songs, though.
They were.
They were
so
some pretty good songs.
I still
that
have
church
that
band
one.
was tight, and even though there was a lot of giggling on stage at one point, I think somebody pooted. It was very funny. It was very funny.
Look, you were standing behind me and Nikki, like
it was adorable. But we just loved singing so much that it was one of those like, what the heck? And I swear, I think that I was in that play because they were like, Jaz, be in this play. And Jaz was like, only if my mommy's in the play. And I was like, fine, I'll be in the play already. And it was so much fun.
it was so much fun. Those were so much fun and great community. It was funny, even though I
Another way
never
that music bands.
I don't think I
together.
went to a day of church at that church. I was in multiple plays
just
of theirs.
a few minutes of church before you sang.
Yeah. I was in a little bit before I sang. And then I worked as a counselor for their vacation Bible school.
Oh, nice.
And I went to their youth program, where we just sang a lot.
Now, what is this one?
Well, I haven't gotten through this.
Oh.
So back to what I was trying to talk about. My last concert at Chapel Hill High School. And we sang a choir favorite, honestly. Like, I feel like every choir kid sang this at one point or another.
We didn't.
You weren't in high school choir. But Jabberwocky. Like, we did it full instruments, like, so in.
Really
and my favorite part about that song, honestly, is that Mr. Neighbors wanted to do that song with the upper choir. There's one choir that's above Women's Ensemble, and it was called Chamber Choir. And they were just better at sight reading, you know, a little bit more together, and they had women and men. And so we had been begging this man to give us a hard song, because the entire year we felt like kind of cheated. You know, we were like, Chamber Choir gets all these good songs, and we want to be able to like go in on a song. And he was like, this is your chance. It's your last concert. Like, we were in. We were like, we will learn these instruments. We'll do anything. We'll sell our soul.
Don't do it.
To the Jeremy neighbors.
What I really appreciate about what I see here in the concert chorus is an Amadeus Mozart song. From the a cappella group was a Taylor Swift song. There was an Ed Sheeran song, followed by an Etta James song.
Those three were all
Like
the acapellas.
It's like what was the SNL thing we love? Everybody gets some.
Everybody gets some.
Everybody gets some. So then, you know, you come into the treble ensemble doing Jabberwocky, but there's followed by the chamber chorus bringing in a traditional Swedish song. Like, you just don't know what you're going to get, but you are going to get this diverse, rich array of music so well performed that you will not even question what you're hearing. It's art.
Yeah.
It's art.
Yeah. And I'll say, first I'm going to finish talking about my concert with saying that we were one of the only graduating classes that gave our teacher 2 gifts.
Aww.
Because we loved him that much.
That's right. The stand. That's right.
No, we weren't the stand. That was the year before.
Sorry. Retraction.
We gave him a conducting wand, a new conducting wand, and a box, a beautiful, like, hand-carved box of notes saying what he meant to us.
Oh, I do remember that.
And
like, that was the one that made him cry.
Yeah.
And
the next day he gave me a hug, and this man does not give hugs.
I want to say, too, this man, when teachers were like, okay, my steam is drained, y'all play hangman or watch a movie because the school year's almost done, he was like, we don't have any more concerts. We don't need to learn any more music. I'm going to teach my class how to change a tire.
Oh, yeah, that was one of our final exams.
I love that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Because, we would have, like, these, like, full day long exam periods. Because, most classes have actual exams. Yep. But our exams were our performances. And so we didn't have anything else to do. And so he, at one point, I was like, I think it was right before the concert, one of our sopranos, which, if you know sopranos, we are a little bit few and far between us, and she was a soprano 1. So she was late to class, and, like, that, she was never late to class. It was very rare that she was late to class. And she walked in through the side door, and he was like, where were you? She was like, my tire popped on the way to school, and I had to call my dad to come change it for me, because I don't know how to change a tire. He was like, all right, that's going to be your final exam. We're learning how to change a tire.
He said, never let that be an excuse
and
again.
So he worked with our school automotive program to get a car that had a changeable tire and a spare tire, because sometimes cars don't now. Weird. I know, they have patch kits.
I do not want that car.
But we took the entire class period to learn how to change a tire, and then I think we went back and just, like, messed around and sang, but because it didn't take the whole time, obviously. But yeah, that was one of my favorite memories.
Nice.
Other than that, we would watch musicals. We would watch full musicals.
These are not problems.
No,
these were not problems.
They were wonderful.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was the Chapel Hill High 2017-2018 treble ensemble performing Lift Thine Eyes by Felix Mendelssohn. Thanks so much for joining us today on Fisher Family Band Podcast. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with a new episode, and until then, stay in the groove.